Okay, now it's time for us to build our second stored procedure. This is going to be the one that retrieves all the details of a particular order. So, first stage is to create a new procedure and call it something meaningful like get order details. This one is going to take an input parameter. So we're going to pass it the order ID, which is going to be an integer. Now, this stored procedure is going to be more complicated than any of the other ones you've done because it's going to require an inner join. If we look at what's stored in the order items table, which is basically the table that we would be querying, we've got order item ID, product ID, and quantity. But we don't just want to display the product ID and the product quantity, we actually want to display the product name and the product price as well. So to do this, we need to perform an inner join. Are these tables? An inner join on the two tables. So we're going to join the table order item and the table product, and we're going to join these on the product ID. If you look at order item table, it's got a field called product ID, which is going to link to the product table, and we're going to join them on the product ID field. So if you can't remember the syntax for an inner join, you might want to refresh yourself. We covered this in the database design course, but it's very simple. I'm going to go through that just now anyway, but it might be a good idea to have a wee revision so you understand it better. So first of all, I'm going to fill in the field names later. But I'm going to select from the first table, and the first table is going to be order item. Now, it's good practice, or it's usual practice, to give the table names an alias. Otherwise, we keep having to type the table name every time we want to refer to one of the fields, and it's quicker if we give them an alias. So I'm just going to say select from order item as OI, and then we're going to inner join product. SQL is case insensitive, but I just try and type the keywords in capitals. As P. Okay, so we're selecting from that, inner joining on product. Now we need to give it the join condition. OI, we can now refer to the order items table as OI. OI dot product ID is equal to P, which is the alias, dot product ID. So now we've built the skeleton of the query. We haven't yet put in the fields, and we haven't yet filtered. Now obviously we need to filter. We don't want to join for every condition, we only want to join for a particular order. So now we need to put in the where clause. Where, and you can choose, as the product ID are the same, it doesn't matter whether you filter on the product ID and order item or the product ID and the product, because they're the same. I'm going to just do the first one. OI dot product ID. Oh, not product ID, sorry. OI dot, we're actually going to filter not on product ID, obviously order ID. So OI dot order ID is equal to the value that we passed in. Now that I've finished that, I'm going to build up the fields that I want returned. So from the order item table, I'm just going to get the product ID and the quantity. So OI dot product ID. Now I want the product name and the product price. So these come from the product table. So this is P dot product name, and then P dot product. Always remember to check your tables to make sure exactly what you call the fields. Product price, and then back to order my item table and retrieve the quantity. So I'm going to save this, and I'm gonna test it for a specific order. So if I right click on this and execute, and I'm going to pass it through order ID. Oh, I don't have 11 orders in this. Let me see, order ID of 5. Okay, so it seems that in this order there was only one item ordered, and it was called product 1. It had a price of $9.99 and a quantity of 1. So that's working as it should, and that comes to the end of this tutorial. In the next tutorials we'll actually build the pages that are going to use these stored procedures. So if you go on to the next one after you